Hi everybody, so today I'm going to turn this old tray, it's just an old tray, but it's got these lovely little handles here and I don't really use it, so I thought, I have an idea. I'm going to turn this into a lovely wall sconce. I think you say sconce, or a little candle cabinet, you know, those old-fashioned vintage looking cabinets. But you could use just an old drawer. You know those little bathroom cabinets, they've got the little drawers? You could use one of those because they're quite deep and you want the depth, because once it goes on the wall, you want it to look, you know, quite nice. So this, as I said, was an old tray. I've already painted it because I don't want this video to be too long. And I put some, I think these are called drawing pins, just to give it a little bit of, they're just cheap drawing pins. Just to give it like a nice little contour. And I've added a little bit of ribbon. I had this little black ribbon just laying around and I thought, yeah, but you could use any colour ribbon. So I've done both ends. Okay, and also I tried putting wallpaper on it, but as you can see, it's not looking good. So forget the wallpaper. I'm now going to use instead mosaic. Now I call them mosaic tiles, but it's mosaic tiles at the bottom here, because obviously I want to use this as a candle holder. So once the little candle things go on here, I don't want it to catch fire. But I won't probably be using, my speech is going. I probably won't be using real candles. I'll just use those ones that you put the little battery lights in. So yeah, so this bit here at the back I'm going to use, and I will show you. And this is what I'll be using, these beautiful mosaic tiles. You know, the ones that you normally use in the bathrooms, and they're so beautiful. Now, you buy them, you can buy them in a box, or you can buy them as a single sheet. And this only costs £6 in Tops tiles. So I've already trimmed them. I've cut the ends off because we want it to be the same size as the tray bottom. And so what I'm going to do here is I'm going to put some of this thing, Fix and Grout, to hold the tiles in. I wanted black grout, but they didn't have any, so, and this is quite cheap. I mean, I picked this up from the pound shop for £1. You get a nice little tub, and the idea is that you're going to put some grouting down the bottom here, and then the lovely tiles. So this is what it will probably end up looking like. Now I'm going to end up with little gaps around the sides, but I'm not too worried about that, because once the grout is in, it'll be fine. And then these ones I'm going to use for the sides. Okay, so, okay, you get the idea. So that then when you have the little candle holders at the bottom here, it will shine so beautifully. So I'm going to grout this, and then I will show you the next step. So now I've grouted these little tiles. I'm going to give it about an hour so that it dries. And then what you can do is put the grouting on the top and just wipe it off so that it goes into these tiny little grooves. So that's what I'm going to do, and I will show. It's quite messy because you have to put the grouting over the top. But I'm debating whether to do that or just leave it. No, I think I will go over the tops. So I'll be back in a second. Now, as you can see, I've already applied the grout, and now I'm just wiping the excess off with a sponge. And you've got to be quick because you don't want the grout to dry. And you can just fill in any little gaps that you've missed. And this job is quite messy, but I think it looks much nicer because now you can see the white grout bits coming through. So I'm going to give this a good wipe, and then I will show you the next step. Now look how shiny it's come up. But don't leave the grouting on the top for too long because it'll start to dry and then it's really hard to get off the tiles. But I'm quite pleased with that. See, if I had black grout, all these little white bits would be black, which would match the top. But I'm quite happy with it as it is. So obviously this will need to dry. I mean, I would leave it until the next day before putting it up on the wall because you don't want the tiles to come off. But it's looking good. Clean the tiles as much as you can so that they look really shiny. There you go. I've actually gone over the actual black, but that doesn't matter because you can just paint over it. But I like it, higgledy-piggledy. I'm not really bothered. So there you go. Now, what else we're going to do to this lovely old tray, which is no longer. We will move on to decorating this top bit here. So what I want to do is I want to decorate this top and the bottom so that when it hangs up on the wall, it's going to look really lovely. So what have we got? So here we have a mixture of things. We've got some beads, which I don't know if I'll be using any of these, but they're quite nice. We've got some little crosses. Now that would look nice and Victorian Gothic, wouldn't it? And we have some old, well, this is a new brooch, but I've got an old one here, and I think this one will be the one because look, how good is that? So I thought maybe put that one on there. What I'm going to do is take the back off and glue it to the tray like that. Well, it's no longer a tray. I must stop saying tray. And then I could use some of these little crosses. So I was thinking maybe one here and another one there. Okay, so something like that. I think that could look really nice. And then the last one I could use at the bottom here. Okay. Now look at these. These are actually Christmas decorations, but I found these in my local charity shop. How gorgeous are they? They're handmade. Look at that, beautiful. So when I saw them, I thought, oh my goodness, I'm going to add that to my lovely candle sconce. Do you say sconce? I'll just say a candle holder. But look, isn't that lovely? So I've got two. I've got two here. And the idea is that I'm going to put these on the bottom so that when this is on the wall, these will dangle on the sides. So it looks like it's part of the actual frame. So I'm not sure if I'm going to put them there or slightly underneath, but you get the idea. So I also have this brooch, which is really shiny, but I don't think it'll look as nice as that one. What do you think? No, definitely the other one. So I'll definitely be using that one. And you could use like a chain at the top or maybe even at the bottom. You know, some beads, some lovely white beads would look nice. It's just some ideas to transform an old tray that I didn't use, you know, into something really nice. So once this is all finished, I'm going to put some little tea lights in here. I suppose now that it's been grouted, I can use real candles. But if you don't want to use little tea lights, real ones, you can use the battery operated ones. So this, once it's on the wall, will go down here. That is the idea. Okay. And yeah, it will look beautiful once it's up. So what I have to do now is fill in this gap here. So I'm going to fill that with grout. I mean, I don't need to, you're not going to see it, but just to make it perfect. And here is the finished product. So I'm going to use some little tea lights because I haven't got the battery operated ones yet, but I think that looks really cool. Very Victoriana, I think. And I'm loving this bit at the top right here. So yeah, give it a try. Make a little Victoriana candle sconce or candle holder.